The budget for Tourist in Chief is entirely funded through a public Kickstarter campaign. We have 40 people who put their money behind the project, and over 150 people liked it on Facebook so far. This very positive public response, and as well the successful fundraising campaign, we actually raised more than our goal was, encouraged us that we think that this project will be appreciated by a very broad audience. The funds we raise we will use for fabrication, installation and de-installation costs. We are in the moment in the process of fabricating the props. We have help from Jake, a student who gets college credit for his work, but other than that, all our work is voluntarily, and the main part of the budget goes into the safe installation and de-installation. We will use a boom lift operated by a licensed operator to place the props. That will allow us to place the props without having any contact with the surrounding flower bed, and as well the contact to the statue will be limited to the placement of the props. Now, besides the very positive public response we received so far, we are very happy that our proposal was accepted to be part of this year's Art in Our Places Festival, and I turn the word to Ed Woodham to explain a little bit about Art in Our Places.
Art in Our Places is a festival that began in 2005, and it presents visual and performance art for free to the public for the last 4 years along 14th Street from river to river. And we print 10,000 program guides, and everyone is volunteer, including myself, the entire staff of about 10 people, including all of the artists. Everything is a do-it-yourself festival. And we present art along 14th Street, and every year we pick a theme that has, it's usually a word that has a lot of different meanings, and this year the theme is ritual. And ritual meaning ceremony, obsession, liturgy, and in this case, it means habituation. For me, at least, is one of the reasons it was selected. And habituation, and one of the things that our festival does is we all are in I guess, walking through the street quickly, trying to get from point A to point B. And as we do, we just sort of take our surroundings very second nature. And what this project does, and what Art in Our Places hopes to do, is to see the city or the normal surroundings of a corner or a building in a new light. And so we also do a publication each year, and I'll pass this around for you to see. This is a catalog from one of our previous shows. And I think that's what I have to say. Thank you.
I've got some questions.
Yes.
It's very interesting that there's been some historical precedents on both this statue and some others around the city of objects being placed on them. What would be required as far as, this is a pretty tall statue,
Yes.
so I mean, scaffolding, what's really required to place these items on General Washington?
That's a very good question. It's an articulating boom lift, specifically a 45-foot boom lift, which means it's a piece of equipment that's about as long as a truck, not as wide as a truck. That will be driven very slowly on park ground, and it will essentially go circle and be like an arm essentially that goes across
it's
up and over.
It's kind of like a small vehicle that would be on site to.
But it's not a vehicle.
Yeah,
it doesn't have
a piece of equipment.
Right, it's a piece of
right.
equipment.
It's electrical.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And that's the equipment we used in Manchester, England, to do essentially the same project, articulating boom lift.
And these things are manufactured of some type of styrofoam, looks like, or
foam board and cloth.
So they're rather lightweight.
Absolutely, they weigh no more than the birds that land on Washington's head.
Okay. All right. Okay, as I've reported to the committee already by email, for whatever reason, the Department of Parks and Recreation is issuing a denial on this. I'll ask the committee what their feeling is on this.
I think it's a great idea.
No, they haven't issued any reason.
Why did they?
You know, a lot of people don't know what a Washington is in Union Square, and this explains it, just like the 34th Street Partnership did kiosks with historic information. This is how many hours is it? A few hours?
13 hours.
Okay.
And there's precedent because, also with the Lions in front of the,
Right, the Reids.
they put the baseball caps and
Right.
the Yankee caps when they won the World Series and Reids and the next. And I was going to ask about raising money for conservator because they conserve these with boom lifts.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think that the things aren't on there long enough to cause
Yes,
any problem. What time of the year is it?
October the 1st.
So there's wax covering the statue that conserves the iron,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a hot time of the year where
No.
the differentiation of materials would matter.
Mm-hmm.
What was the park's objection?
They didn't give it to you, that was. I know.
Did you meet with Parks?
No, I've sent an application, and what I got was last week an email to show you to present before you, but they have not given me anything saying that this is denied.
So we
They've
know it's
notified us by email.
But they haven't
They have
told
not
you.
notified me whatsoever.
They've
My
attempted to reach out
application is still
verbally,
pending.
would be sending something in writing saying.
Got it. Do you have a plan for security?
Yes, I will be there, my wife will be there, some volunteers from Art and Odd Places will be there, that will be there. It just to oversee the entire thing and obviously report anyone or anybody trying to interfere with the event.
Have you worked with Parks before? in
I've never
New York
worked with
City?
parks before, no.
Have you worked with Parks before in New York City?
We have, yes.
And how's that gone? Because I'm just trying to get a sense of why this would have happened this way.
I'm as dumbfounded as you are about that. I have no idea. I just learned when I got here tonight, actually.
I'll give you the last question.
Yes.
How are these items affixed or being held onto the statue?
Very good question. We use in England monofilament wire, which is fishing wire. Essentially, it's extremely light, but it's very strong. Apart from that would be it. The other things like the camera would naturally just hang over his neck. The bags will be hung over his hands. So this is bronze. This is cast bronze. It's not going anywhere. Yes.
One last question.
Sure.
How long did you say the execution was going to be?
13 hours.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. Do we want to offer any comment to the Department of Parks on this?
I've queried and the questions. I have a comment. I've never seen any public artwork ever rejected by Committe or 5. We support the arts. The Parks Department themselves has allowed these statues to be draped right in Bryant Park here. I remember seeing the black shawls. They draped their own statues whenever Christo came in and did the whole Central Park. It was wonderful. I don't understand since they're not here to tell us why, I don't see why we should just rubber stamp what their wishes are. I think that Community Ward 5 has a reputation of supporting the arts, and this is looks like a reasonable proposal.
You don't have any involvement in this process, do you?
I'm going to defer to special events.
Okay, fair enough.
This came to us as a formal official application
Yep.
that we would
And
usually, if we didn't have that information,
And
vote on.
late this afternoon, Wally got an email from somebody at Parks, which he forwarded to me.
Asking us not to vote on it? No, asking us not
Oh,
to
no,
vote
the
on
Parks
it?
didn't ask us not to vote on it. No, they
So
just
we have an
informed,
obligation.
they informed us that, in follow-up to your question about,
Yeah.
this applicant.
That's what they're,
We will be taking a position of such and such, and we will be notifying him and sending him something in writing to that
okay,
effect.
but we still have an obligation to vote on this. Is that a formal application that came to us?
I think obligation is a strong word, but I'm perfectly comfortable taking this one.
It's an application, we have to
Well,
vote on it.
we have to vote on it.
It's
I
our
do
job.
feel like it's an obligation. I mean, there's nothing that is, we
Well,
take
not only-
it, we
well, I
send
would-
this application.
Yeah, I would actually vote to go even further than that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that we should vote on it and also ask for an explanation from
Absolutely.
Parks. Because-
Motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion to
and request an
approve with a
explanation.
request from Parks to ask about their denial.
Fair enough.
And for them to get it to us in writing with details.
Okay.
Because this came to us first and, it's.
All those in favor? And 16 ayes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julian. I will take care of that one. And next up, we have the 34th Street Partnership is here. We have 2 applications. The first is